Hi, folks. It's good to be here. Thank you for your work. Start with an administrative issue. So Janice Swenson and staff mentioned that there's an additional document that's intended to be part of the appendix, and I could not figure out which document she was talking about, and I can't find any additional documents. So the packet doesn't seem to have it. I would hope that we continue this hearing when that document shows up so that we can see it, or there's no document, but I'm really lost from that conversation. Second point, I suggest we completely delete the history of Kirkland document from the appendix. It's angry, it's biased, it's got a lot of negative exaggerations, and it just reeks of the author's personal bias and views. It's really not an accurate history. It has some good history in it, and it's got a lot of junky history. So I think we should just delete it. Third point, what's the cost of missing the housing targets? So we've got this list of AMIs and numbers and stuff. What happens if we don't make it? So I kind of dug around a little bit in that, and it's really hard to figure out. But the best I could come up with is it doesn't matter, that you get 2 years to recover, to come up with a new plan. There's no enforcement mechanism that I can find. Now, maybe there is one, but I would suggest that the commission should ask that question. How important is it? How do we get punished if we miss it? Because I can't find it. Related to that, where did the number come from? And the way it's talked about, it seems like Jay Inslee sits in his office and makes up numbers and hands them out to cities. Near as I can figure out, those numbers came from horse trading and negotiation with people in the county, particularly, I think, the Affordable Housing Committee. And so a bunch of cities are sitting around horse trading, negotiating with this committee about what these numbers should be. And what I heard was, and this is only a rumor, so somebody like on the commission should check it out. What I heard was that Kirkland just took a bring it on attitude. Give us more, we can do more. And that's pretty cool if you're not a resident of Kirkland. So I think that we ought to go find out how we ended up with these numbers and what flexibility we have and what happens if we don't make it. And then last, I'd like to follow up on the point Susan Davis was making. If we made a deal with a developer and gave them a big tax break, and in return, we were supposed to get workforce housing, who's in the workforce housing?
Thank you, Ken.